Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is the case of Others versus Bell.
Thank you, Jerome.
You're welcome.
Good day, everyone.
Good day.
Good day.
Ms. Others, you claim that Mr. Bell had never doubted he was your father, and you were shocked when he recently began denying paternity. Now, you say your life has now been turned upside down, and you need the results of today's paternity test to prove your identity.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Bell, you say you're sorry this hurts Ms. Others, but you may not be her father.
Yes, Your Honor.
You state that the plaintiff's mother fraudulently claimed you fathered another one of her children.
Yes, Your Honor.
And now you believe she's lying again.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Others, why do you believe your father is denying you?
Your Honor, I really don't know why he's denying me now after 18 years, but it really truly hurts a lot because all I known him as my father growing up.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I got to interject because not once in her 18 years have I ever denied her. Not once.
But you're denying her today. You're
I've
saying that you
never
may
denied her.
not be her father.
That is correct. Because of being deceived by her mother. When my daughter was about 2 years old, she and I became intimate again, and she wound up pregnant. So, of course, I'm being excited. I'm there for her. When the baby is finally born, my sister and I go by to see my daughter and the new baby. There's a doorbell, and somebody's at the doorbell, and she never answered it. The doorbell rings again, and I'm like, are you going to answer the door? And she was like, well, you know, no, I'm not going to answer it. Long story short, this other gentleman comes in and saying, where's my baby? Saying that he was the father, and she's also telling me that I'm the father as well. So we did get a DNA test for that baby, and it turned out he was not mine.
All right. That really is why you're doubting Tyanna is your child.
Exactly, but you know, Your Honor, there's been, years have gone by, of course. Why didn't I do it sooner? The cost. It's too much, $300, $400, I couldn't afford that.
Miss Others, your entire life, this has been your father.
Yes.
You were made aware that potentially he may not be your father.
Your Honor, I was at McDonald's and he met me up at McDonald's. That's when he said he wants a paternity test. And I agreed to it, but it never happened.
So wait, you up at McDonald's when you just up there like a normal teenager. And here comes your father. And he drives up to you or comes sees you and says, hey, I just want a paternity test?
Yes.
What did you think?
I was hurt. I was really hurt. But at the end of the day, still, he hasn't been there for me.
I've been there for her. And I don't know what she's talking about. I haven't
not.
been there for her.
No, you have not.
You admit this McDonald's day happened?
Probably.
Probably.
Can't recall that. I don't recall that.
Mr. Bell, if you forget a fact like that, your credibility is shot.
No. Because that wasn't a topic of conversation when I met her at McDonald's. When we did talk about it, it was not at McDonald's. We all decided that it was going to happen.
So that didn't happen that way.
No.
You were together before, and you felt like it was a family conversation.
Well, exactly, yes. This is something that we've always
Ms.
talked
Others,
about.
you brought your mother here.
Yes.
Please, I'd like to hear from Stand, ma'am. State your name for the court.
Mary Others.
All right, Ms. Others, please explain to us. This is who your daughter thinks is her father.
Yes.
All these years.
Yes.
However, he contends that there was another young child born during your relationship when you were with him that you told him.
My son, yes, but he also knew that there was a possibility that there was another man involved.
That is not true,
Yes,
Your Honor.
it is,
That is
Your
not
Honor.
true.
Yes, it is.
No.
So
yes, it is.
when both men
That's
were at
why-
the house after the baby was born, it was no big thing to you because you had already told both
I
of them.
told both of them that there's a possibility it could be Kevin and a possibility it could be the other dudes. And that's why I got the paternity test done.
She's a
because
compulsive liar, Your Honor.
I wasn't
Compulsive
sure.
Liar.
No.
That conversation never
No,
happened.
yes, it did.
So let me
Yes,
ask
it
you this.
did.
When this whole thing went down with your son, he then began to question whether or not the same thing may have happened with your daughter.
Yes, but after 18 years, Your Honor, why couldn't he did it back then?
So let me focus on your daughter because she's here wanting to know if he is in fact her father.
Yes.
Were you intimate with anyone else during the time your daughter was conceived?
No, Your Honor.
So you were only with Mr. Bell?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Bell, were you present? Were you a part of this birth? Did you attend doctor's appointments? Were you at the hospital when Tyanna was born?
I was there when she was born. Yes, I was.
Did you sign the birth certificate?
Yes, I did.
So you have a witness as well. Please step up to the podium, ma'am. State your name.
Mary McKnight.
Ms. McKnight. All right, thank you so much for joining us today. What do you have to add?
All I know is that I tried to bond with the baby, with the little boy, and when I found out that he wasn't my grandson, I was very devastated. I was very devastated.
So you're saying this entire situation with the little boy where he feels like your son felt like he was lied to.
Yes.
That
Because
hurt
she's
you as
such
well.
a liar, Your Honor. She
not,
is
Your
such
Honor.
a low-down,
not.
filthy liar.
And
She
hold
don't
on.
even know. She
That's a
don't
very
even
strong
know me.
accusation.
And I'm being a woman, and I don't have to use profanity.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Ms. McKnight, I want to focus on when Tyanna was born.
Okay.
Did you have any doubts at that time that
No doubts at all, Your Honor, no doubts. Only when the baby was born, the little boy.
so you don't doubt her?
I don't doubt
You
Tyanna.
believe that she's your son's child?
I believe there's a possibility, yes.
A
of course.
possibility?
Yes, yes.
But you also
because he
believe
was
that
there.
her mother could be lying again?
Yes, most definitely.
I'm not lying.
Because
I'm not
she is
lying,
a
Your
liar.
Honor. I'm not lying, Your Honor.
What about 4 kids, 4 baby daddies? That's
That
not
doesn't-
lying?
That doesn't
Okay,
make me a
okay.
bad person,
I didn't say you were bad, I said you were a liar.
but I'm not
Okay.
a liar.
Have you been a grandmother to this young woman? Have you been in her life the entire time? Have you regarded her as your granddaughter?
Your Honor, I've been at my residence for 33 years. They move around a lot. I never knew their phone number. They never came around to see me. Nothing. So how am I, so what am I, and they move around so
So
much?
are you
how
saying
am
you
I
have not
supposed-
been a part of her
No.
life?
No,
I-
she has not, Your Honor.
No, I
only
haven't.
because she is very disrespectful.
Oh,
She goes around
I'm
talking about
disrespectful?
everybody, including her son.
I'm your grandmother. You're
So
supposed to
what?
respect me.
No,
okay?
no. If you're not, if
okay?
you don't show
I'm
me
your
respect,
grandmother.
I'm
You're
not
supposed to
gonna show
respect me.
respect. If
Okay,
you disrespect
thank you.
me, I'm
Hold
gonna
on one
disrespect
second.
you.
Hold on 1 second. Let me understand this. Tyanna, what are you saying?
I'm saying she's a manipulator. She goes around talking about everybody. She had nothing better else to do.
Tell me, what was life like growing up without knowing your father's whole side of the family and not really having him in your life?
It was hard. It was. Because every daughter needs their father in their life, and I didn't have that. I didn't have that father figure to come tell me right from
I
wrong.
go
all you do
downtown.
is
No,
get on
no, no.
Facebook
I go
all-
downtown and I see them downtown. And I'm all happy seeing them like, hey, her mother touches her stomach. And I'm like, what you touching her stomach for? She was like, she can tell you. I was like, what, are you pregnant? So she was like, oh yeah, you know, well, yeah. A couple days later, she comes down to my job with a baby in her hands. And I'm like, whose baby is this?
Okay.
And she's like,
No.
I was like, tell me this is not your baby. She said, yeah, this is my baby.
Well, if you saw her pregnant, why wouldn't it be
She
her
wasn't
baby?
pregnant,
Your
no,
Honor.
no. All her mother
Your
did was
Honor.
touch her
It was a
stomach.
lie.
Okay, but
No.
the baby that you brought up to your father's job, whose baby was that?
That was my God, baby. Yes, it was.
She came to my job with my grandbaby and asked me for more money. I gave her the money. Her mother calls me and said, why did you give her money? She's doing nothing but using you for your money.
That's not true, Your
Yes, she
Honor.
did.
If you
That's
weren't
not
sure,
true.
You are lying.
That's
You
not
already
true.
lied.
That is
Nothing but
not
a
true.
lie.
That's not
No,
true,
that's
Your
not
Honor.
true.
Now she's
That
following
is
in her
not
mother's
true.
footsteps about
no.
the lie.
So
No,
wait.
all you're doing is being a mama's boy. That's all you're doing.
And you're
All
being a
you
mama's
do-
girl.
So what?
Let me come over there and
That's
I don't
smack
have
you.
no
hold
daddy, so
on, hold on
what
now,
else?
hold on now. If you weren't sure this was your daughter, why are you giving money to her for a child that you don't really truly believe is even your grandchild?
I've always accepted her, Your Honor. I've always accepted her as my daughter. I never once denied her.
And so, Ms. Others, Tyanna, did you ever at any point in your life, you said you grew up without him, did you feel denied by him? Did you feel like he never truly accepted you?
Yes, I did. Only because I had to make effort to call him
That's what you're supposed to do. You're the
So
daughter.
that's what daughters are
So
supposed
you're supposed to call me
Okay.
too. You never even made
I do
effort
call
to
you.
call.
Yeah, I
no,
do.
no,
Yeah,
your
I do.
excuse
Yeah,
was
I
I
do.
didn't have
Number.
the number.
Did you want some type of relationship with him? You said you
did.
kept calling, giving him the number. You were there at his job.
Yes, I did, but it doesn't seem that way. Only because he's listening to his mother again.
How do you
Your
know you're
Honor,
never there?
And
How
you
do
know, Your Honor,
How
it's
do you
really
know? Talk
hard to
what you
get
know.
a
We're talking
relationship.
what
You
we
talk,
know.
no.
It's really
We're
hard to
talking
get a
what we know.
relationship.
you're
You're
not.
both
No,
liars.
you're not.
Social service will always give me letters, and I will always go down to social service to find out why is she in trouble this time. Time after time
My
after
daughter
time.
is
And I'm
not
willing-
in
and
no
I'm willing to
trouble.
take
That
My
wasn't
Probably
daughter
not
is
now.
not a troublemaker.
Probably not
My
now.
daughter is not a
If you were
troublemaker,
around, it
thank
wouldn't have
you.
happened.
If you was around, yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
if you
Hold on now,
It
Mr.
wouldn't
Bell.
happen.
Wait. Before you mock her and ridicule her statement, she just said if you were around, maybe it wouldn't have happened. Is it possible that your not being there was based upon that little doubt? Was that always in the back of your mind?
It always stuck in my mind ever since the boy was born, and he wasn't mine. Then all of a sudden I started to think, wait a minute, she also said that Tyanna was mine.
But you knew in the beginning there's a possibility.
Tyanna, hun, let me ask you, what are you hoping for today? What do you want out of this?
I just want the truth, whether he is or he isn't my father. It ain't gonna make no difference. He wasn't there. He's
Yes,
not
it's gonna
going
make
to
a
be
difference,
there.
'cause you said
no, it's not.
that if
no, it's not.
it's
Yes, I
proven
did
that
say
he
that.
is your
yes, I
father,
did.
and
I'm
you
not gonna
posted
talk to
on
him.
Facebook
yes, I did.
that he will
yes,
never
I
see
did.
you
yes.
or the baby
Yep.
again.
Sure did.
Okay?
I sure
Why?
did.
But I
Did you
thought
post
wanted
on
to know the
Facebook exactly?
I told him after this results come out, whether he is or he isn't my
No, you didn't
father,
say that.
he would not see me or my son.
But I will tell
did
you
say
this,
that.
Your Honor. If she turns out to be my daughter, I'm going to do everything I can to take care of my grandson.
Good.
My grandson
and
is
taken
3
care
months
of,
old
and taken
and has
care of
not
very
even
well.
seen him.
Why
And-
haven't I seen him if I'm supposed to be the great grandmother?
Because you're rude. That's why.
Now, I have got to say something to you, Tyanna, because as much as I feel sorry for you, and I could not imagine a young woman having to be in the position you're in and having to deal with this situation. One thing that I continue to see that is really bothering me, and I'm gonna look at your mother too, is you have no respect for older people. You have no respect for your elders.
Thank you.
Now, in my world, back in the day, what we call it is home training.
Yes.
None. Now, Mom, I know maybe you are disappointed with these people. Maybe you don't like them. Maybe they haven't treated you the way you think they should have treated you and your daughter. However, when your daughter stands and speaks to an older woman like she does, and you don't correct her, that's
You're
wrong.
right. It is wrong.
'Cause if it,
And that basic level of respect is necessary for a young girl to understand in this world so she can be successful. Now, Tyanna, I understand. I see, look, it's been very difficult, I'm sure. Talk to me.
After I had my baby, and I didn't contact her, she texted my mom and started threatening us. That's why I disrespect her. She don't show me
you
respect at all.
disrespected me before.
So,
I did not.
No.
You
Let me
disrespected
get
me
another
before
thing
that.
straight, too. Another one of the problems is that all of these issues that revolve around you, Mom, and them, and all this bitterness and mistrust, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you're saying between the two of you grown people that she don't have no business knowing. And how does she know it but for you telling her? When I see her talk to them, the way she talks to them, it's like she's mimicking exactly what you say. A lot of this stuff she didn't have to know. Because if we're very, very honest, once you have a child by a man and he thinks it could be his, and it turns out that it's not, you gotta understand why the man may have doubt about the other one. Now, the only way to get down to the bottom of all of this mess is to get the results. Jerome, you have the envelope.
Yes, I do. There you go.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Others versus Bell, as it pertains to 18-year-old Tyanna, Mr. Bell, you are not
I knew it!
Tyanna's father.
Thank you.
I knew it!
I knew it. I told you. He's a liar. No, the liar.
And I know who the daddy
I told
is.
you. I told you.
I know who the daddy
Thank
is.
you, Judge. Thank you so much. Told you, Tyanna. Told you.
Miss Others, do you know who her father is? You stood here in this courtroom through this entire testimony and maintained that this man was crazy to doubt this young woman. Do you understand when you speak with that type of certainty, your daughter thought that you were sure? She has projected dislike, mistrust, everything else over on these people because she felt like their denial of her or their question of her and their accusation that you possibly could be lying was just impossible because she believed her mother. The buck is stopping with you here. You understand?
Yes.
Because you knew this. You knew this all along. But now the truth is out. The court is adjourned. Jerome, please bring Tyanna here.
Tyanna, come on up here to the
Listen, honey. Look at me.
Look.
Your hands. Listen. Look at me. Don't put your head down. This is not your fault. This is not your doing. This is grown folks messing up. Do you understand? And the great news is they do know who your father is. And you'll hopefully get to meet him soon, and that will be that missing piece. And you can share that with your children so they can live in the truth, okay? All right. Good luck to you.